know that you're real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just wanna fall on you to show the devils you ain't nothing to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Look, I keep it loyal to the team. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet, got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way, boy. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. Boy, I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. This shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe it. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 Vinny. Hear them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. I'm on my grind, bitch, I'm working. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, they be turkey. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. When he cross the line, I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna hit his ass with this virus. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas we eat. This bitch with the itis. Say all y'all do the street. Y'all do the street. The nigga made the wrong move when he make his ass out the league. He ain't one of us hit the league. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. I keep it loyal to the team. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my targets on the move, bitch, I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Color Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we take. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
But I keep it loyal to the team. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead.
I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil.
I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them fiending. If any try to shoot you, make sure that you leave them leaking. He said,
I'ma hold you down when problems pop up.
How you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said,
don't you want the Benz vertible with the top cup?
Yeah.
Stop bitching, get in that kitchen, let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's pop up. I know you know Ron.
Who the plug from by the block up?
I'll tell you a little secret, make sure that you keep your mouth shut. Ron got a Lexus, crib in Philly and Texas. Trip to the Bahamas, just got a whip for his mama. He fucking up in commas, be honest, he seeing decent dope.
I hear you, but I just seen Ron about a week ago. In fact, he ain't looking too good. His knees is kinda slow. I asked him why the struggle. He got stuck up for his bundle, but them 6 hollow tips in his legs what made him crumble.
At least he got the house and mama is living good.
Said the feds took it all. He right back in the hood. I see you try to play me. You gave us crack in the 80s. Made us abort our babies and making hoes out our ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than cause one to amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't faze me.
I guarantee that you gon' regret it. Remember I said it.
No, you could dead it.
What you saying? I can't win?
No, a devil nice try. So until we meet again,
I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we've been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we riot, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. With Christ's return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights, patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And your honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, a Kai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Alton Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil and said, I pray you die, every devil.
I photograph food in New York and Philadelphia and Paris. DocuSign lets me take care of the business side. I can get release forms, master service agreements, all sorts of contracts.
Why? Yes.
Two. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top though. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on the life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cooked dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I had no life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name. Now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas. Not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the fence. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made before the Lord.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. We good.
Testing. Testing.
Test. Test. Most High in Christ. There we go. That's Tawab. Smooth. Shalom. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah Brakatado, my brothers. Yahweh Shemar Al-Athah Shemi Al-Shah, my sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the Monday night scripture breakdown class. You understand, out here in Durham, North Carolina. Priest and officer of 500 Dabawan holding it down. I'm saying until my Adawan arrives, of course, to take over the class. Okay. But in the meantime, if there's any questions in the room or online, if you got any questions online, just go ahead and type them into the chat. Any questions in the room, just raise your hand. We'll get into them.
Oh, yeah, count on, sir. Oh, come on, sir. So I was just wondering where in the scripture can I find that the line or the verse that said you are the seed of your father? I just was looking for that for my own edification.
It says we get the seed of your father.
Kind of.
Yeah. There's a few, but that's like the main one. Yeah, let's go to Numbers 1 and 18 first. Okay. Let's go to Numbers 1 and 18. What's that? Charger. Go ahead, sir. Just hold on 1 second. I might want to start a little bit earlier than that so we can get an understanding of kind of what's going on real quick. So like I'm just gonna plug in this charger for my Bear with me real quick. Wires over it, please. Oh, sweat. Gotta use the laptop. Started actually read Numbers 1 and 1. Yeah, kind of.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai.
He spoke unto who?
Unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai.
Right, of Sinai, right?
Sinai, kind
Right.
of.
So we all know what happened, right? So where is this? You know, give me a vision of or kind of understanding what's happening right now. Where we at in the scriptures? Go ahead, Yanazor.
Okay, they're still in the Sinai desert, still in view of Mount Sinai, where, you know, the Lord appeared
Right.
unto Moses
So we had just gotten out of what?
out of slavery in Egypt.
Yeah, we had just gotten out of slavery in Egypt, like actual full-blown 100% bondage and servitude under who? A bunch of stinking Africans.
Right.
Okay, that's who we were under slavery. Who was in slavery under, right? So we out of that now, and now you know what I'm saying. We in the wilderness. The Lord is dealing with Moses, right? And he's laying the script down to Moses, telling him, listen, this is what I want you to tell the people. This is how they're going to conduct themselves. This is how they're going to, you know, what kind of feasts and holidays they're going to celebrate. This is how their nation is going to be built. This is how their culture is going to be.
Right.
Okay. Read on.
Come. In the tabernacle of the congregation on the first day of the second month in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying,
Right.
Verse 2, take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel.
Of who?
Congregation of the children of Israel.
That's what I wanted. So he's talking to who? The Israelites.
Kind.
And he's about to tell them how, you know what I'm saying, they're going to number themselves. Now jump to verse 18.
Kind. The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they all assembled, all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared, their pedigrees after their family. Their pedigrees.
They declared their pedigree. Somebody look up the word pedigree. Understand? Let's look up the word pedigree. Let's get an understanding of what we're dealing with. We deal with words. We deal with analysis. Let's see what pedigree means.
I got it right here, sir.
Go ahead, Doc.
Kind. It's the Merriam-Webster's dictionary definition of pedigree. A register recording a line of ancestors.
A what?
A register recording a line of ancestors.
It's the line of ancestry, okay?
The
line of ancestry, where you come from, who your family is, it is what your race is. You understand? Okay. Your pedigree. In fact, let me look up the etymology real quick, because there's something within that word. But keep reading, Doc.
Oh, the verse.
Yeah, in the same verse.
Okay.
You want etymology?
I'm getting it right now.
Come. Pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
Wait a minute. Now it said, and declared their what?
And by that, pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
They declared their pedigrees, their ancestry, by their families. Go ahead.
By the house of their fathers.
By the house of who?
By the house of their fathers.
Not their mothers.
By their fathers.
Their grandmothers.
Their fathers.
Their aunties.
Their fathers.
By their fathers. That's how they declared their pedigree and declared their family. Now, we already know that everybody here is a what? Is an Israelite. So what exactly right now is it talking about? It can't be talking about deciding whether or not they're Israelites, because they're already Israelites. So what is this part talking about? Go ahead, Jonas.
If I may, sir, they're talking about so they can divide them into tribes.
Right, but no, the tribes already exist. But you're right. Basically, it's so we can know, okay, he's a Levite. Okay, he's a this. Okay, she's a this. We're already Israelites. We all are already descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? 3 men. Right now, right there. Why doesn't it say anything about Keturah
Why don't you ever hear in the scriptures? I was the son of Abraham, Isaac, and Leah. I mean, they're always right, but you know what I'm saying? Isaac, whoever. What's Isaac's other rib name? I know he had another one. Yeah. Hagar, right? The descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Hagar. You don't never hear that. It's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. 3 men, and we're descendants of them paternally, paternal lineage through your fathers. Read it again, verse 18.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
Right. Yeah, Yanazar?
I don't want, I've said this before. This is something that I'm going to always bring out because this is very simple. In nature, this is absolutely true, meaning that in nature, which we are a part of, everything, every seed is that which it is, meaning that whatever that seed is, that's what's going to grow.
Absolutely.
That is absolute in nature. There is no exception known to man that I know of.
You can try all you want. You can plant an apple seed and you will never, ever, ever, never get a watermelon. It will not happen. You can plant an apple seed you can plant an apple seed in a watermelon patch and you will not get a watermelon. You understand? You can plant anything anywhere the hell you want in any kind of soil or wherever it is, and it's going to be itself. Yeah, it might have some different characteristics. It might be a different shade, or it might be a different color. It might even the flavor of the fruit might change based on what kind of soil you put it in. But it is always going to be the species that it is. And like my brother said, it is a biological fact that the seed determines what the fruit is, what it bears. You understand? And as we brought out before, I won't even go into the details, right? We could, but I won't. We brought out what? That in the scriptures, it says that that Christ was from the seed of Abraham, right? The seed of David. And we found out that the Greek word for seed is what? Sperma. Like, I mean, you can't make this up. The literal word for seed that is used for Christ is the Greek word for sperm. That dispels 2 myths. So first of all, who you are comes from where? The sperm that you were born from. Every single one of us in here, every single human being on planet Earth at one time was a little swimming sperm cell.
Right.
And you know that the sperm cell has a nucleus. It practically has a brain. You understand? Sperms. You understand? Their ability to swim, they're like single-celled organisms. You understand? They swim and they have a mission and they know, okay, I got to get there. You understand? And they all fighting to get there. Right? And we made it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I can tell you how shy each one of us did. You understand? But you are the seed of your father. You understand? That's how you determine what you are. You understand? Any other questions? Does that answer your question?
No, Counselor. I was just gonna say, do you also have that the other verse that's like the precept also go?
Give me the other one, Giannis. You gonna say something? Can I read it?
Come. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 2. Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male.
That's verse 2?
Come,
the exact same thing. Right? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. There was one more, but I got it right. There's one more, but I can't think of exactly where it is.
Yeah, that is it.
Those two right here.
Yeah. God, definitely. Here's another quick one. Give me Ezra 2 and 59. No, just Ezra. Only Ezra has a second. Not Ezris. Ezra. In the I'm saying not in the Apocrypha.
Can I go ahead and read it? It's the book of Ezra, chapter 2, verse 59. And these were they which went up from Telmat, Telmalah,
Telmalah.
Tel Harsa, Cherub, Adon, and Immer.
Right, go ahead.
But they could not shew their father's house.
They could not show their what?
Show their father's house.
No, their mother's house.
Their father's house.
Their grandmother's house.
Their father's house.
Their great grandmother's house.
Their father's house.
They couldn't show their father's house. Go ahead.
And their seed.
And their what?
And their seed.
Go ahead.
Whether they were of Israel.
Whether they are what?
Of Israel.
It doesn't matter what your father is.
Of Israel.
It doesn't matter who your daddy was.
Of Israel.
They literally didn't know whether they were Israelites because they couldn't show who their father was. The house of their fathers determines whether or not you're an Israelite. You understand? So that is what it is. You can't be an Israelite without paternal lineage. Now, again, I don't know the background on this particular story. You understand? So I don't want to get into too much depth of it. But the point is that they needed to have the seed of their fathers to show the seed of their fathers and their father's house, so you can know, oh, that's an Israelite. You understand? My father's a black man. I'm a Judite. You understand? Your father's a native Indian man. You're a Gadite. Your father's a Puerto Rican, Ephraim, Dominican, Simeon, right? Your father's a so-called Haitian, a Levite. You understand? He's from Trinidad. He's from Jamaica. You're a Benjamite, right? That's how it's always been, which is why, here's another one, which is why when you go to Matthew 1:1, right? And it tells you Christ's lineage, who's listed? What does it say? Right. It says that, you know what I'm saying? This is the generations of Christ, right? The son of Abraham, the son of David. It doesn't say he was the son of, whatever woman back there somewhere. I don't know. It goes through your father. Does that answer your question out? Yeah. Oh, sorry, Christ. Any other questions in the room? Please.
I'm still trying to figure out in the book of Second
Mm-hmm.
chapter 15, verse 28 and 29. This talking about
The advent of Islam? In Ezra's? I'm inclined to say but I mean, we got to get, maybe Cap might be here today. We can ask him. Go ahead. But please read it.
It says, Behold, as a terrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. Verse 29, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
Mm-hmm. So which part exactly is it that makes you...
Okay, it's talking about the Arabians spreading out quickly all over the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what they during Islam, like one of the things, as a Muslim myself, I noticed, one of the things that Muslims do, they brag about how fast.
As having someone who in the world was a Muslim.
That person that was
Right. Right.
That person that was in the world that was a Muslim knew that Muslims brag about how fast Islam spread, and how fast they took over a certain portion of the world. That's why when I read this, I asked that question.
No, that's I see what you're saying. There's definitely we in the book is Ezra's is taking place during what captivity? Babylonian captivity, which is about what? I mean,
third captivity, right? The Syrian, the Babylonian.
Yeah, Ezra's is before the Greeks took over, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So we're talking Islam wasn't even. When was Muhammad born? In the 600s? No, I see what you're saying.
1610.
Come on, 16. Muhammad was born when?
I mean 610.
All about to say, bro. No, don't sweat. You right? Yeah, 610. Right. So we going back about 1,500 years, maybe more prior. You know what I'm saying? Because not 1,500, maybe 1,000. Maybe 1,000. because we talking about 610 was when he was born. Remember the Romans is like BC, a little bit 100, like 300 years before that when the Romans took over. The Greeks are about 300, 400 years before that. The Persians are before that. The Babylonian captivity is again probably it's like 900, 1000, 1100 BC, something like that. Byzantine Empire. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about a good 1500 years prior to Muhammad even being born. Now, I get your question of whether or not it could be a prophecy. I'm not too sure. You know what I'm saying? We'll get one of the, you know what I'm saying, high-ranking brothers to break that down. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to tell you whether it is or it isn't. I'm not too sure. It's a great question. You know what I'm saying? Islam did spread fast. It's a disgusting religion, as are all religions. But go ahead.
You said that. I was listening to Clubhouse the other night, and they were having a debate. Which book is more authoritative, the Quran or the Bible? Brother, I got more respect for Christians, brother, than the argument that these Muslims gave, man. Good. I mean, it was such trash, man. Like Captain Tazariak and Captain Katazar just left. Didn't even argue.
Wow. Good night.
Yeah. Dead ass. Man.
You can't argue with these. You can't argue with them.
Yeah. Right. You know, they try to talk real fast, but they're not saying nothing. And they never, like when you present a scripture to them, like it was this other brother, I think he was from another Israelite group. He presented some surahs out of the Quran, and they never answered any of them. And these surahs was proving that the Bible was more authoritative.
Of course. And we've been in the Isupk been proving that. I mean, that's where all these other Israelites get it from. We've been doing that since 69, since damn near before that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying? Our leader was killed by a stinking Muslim. You understand? Abba Bivens. You know what I'm saying? And the Abba Bivens and them brothers used to kick Qurans down the street.
Damn right.
Pick up a Quran and punt it in New York City. Yeah,
of Commanding General Yohana and General Muhammad in Philadelphia. And this was one of the most like boldest things I ever seen in my life. They were in Philly, known for Islam.
Muslim capital.
And it was a group of Muslims outside like a train station. I don't know what it was, but it was a place, a gathering place. There was a lot of them. And Commanding General Yohana and General Muhammad was dogging them niggas. I was looking at it, I was like, oh. And them niggas didn't say nothing, man. They didn't even respond.
Get Commanding General Yohana and General Muhammad in them hand. Get them in.
General Muhammad, Commanding General Yohana threw a Quran on the floor right in front of their face. They didn't say nothing.
Hey, man. Yeah, I think I've seen it before. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't compete with facts. You know what I'm saying? Lies are always going to be trampled under the feet of reality, under the feet of the truth. You understand?
That's right.
Muslim brothers, and I love my brothers, man. I'm talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I ain't talking about no real, you know what I'm saying, Arabs and everything. They ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? They can kick rocks. I think they actually do that for fun anyway.
Kind of work out.
I'm talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. My black brothers who fall under that nonsense, you know what I'm saying? I feel for them brothers. You know what I'm saying? I love those brothers, but at the end of the day, they've been led astray. Isn't that a coincidence? The irony, isn't that what Malcolm X said? Led astray, run amok.
Right.
You know what I mean? Bamboozled and hoodwinked. Well, nigga, I mean, all of that is the life of a Muslim. You understand? A black man is calling himself a Muslim. That's the damn Arab's religion, man. That's not our religion. That's not our belief system, and it never, ever, ever has been. Right. You understand? It's garbage that don't. It obviously don't. I mean, we've been Muslims in the city of the city of Philadelphia for what, the past 40 years. Muslims running all up through Philadelphia. I know they had a now all of them, half the Muslims in Philly is Sunnis, and I think it's Sunnis Muslims out in Philly. A lot of them. But we also, you know, the NOI. I think they had a chapter out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been Muslims in Chicago, Muslims in Philly, Muslims in the water, brother. Muslims in New York, Muslims all over the place, and it ain't saved or freed not one black, Hispanic, or Native Indian.
Right.
In fact, in some of these places, you know what I mean, all it is getting brothers locked up. Brother, why is it that brothers always become Muslims in jail? Why does that always happen? Why do brothers go to jail and become Muslims? Why do Muslims keep going to jail?
Right.
Yeah, Yanazar.
But in Harlem, like all of the vices of Harlem, right? And it could be Africans or so-called Americans. The Muslims is at the top.
Of course.
I mean, in the script game, some of y'all might not know what that is, but we're not gonna go into it.
Right.
The drug game, all of these things, brother, I guarantee you, brother, that Muslims is at the top.
Of course. I'm not shocked at all. It's one thing that they know how to do is be violent and aggressive and all of that. It is a religion of violence and murder. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Go ahead, Doc. You got something?
Like I said, aren't they the ones who killed Malcolm X, his own people?
That's what they say. They say that it was a cat from the chapter across is that not the Hudson? The Hudson is on the other side. No, it is in Jersey, across the Hudson. In Newark, New Jersey. You can drive from Harlem to Newark, New Jersey in what? 15 minutes? And a cat, go ahead.
It's 15 miles from Midtown.
Right, it's 15 miles from Midtown Manhattan. If you get it on a day where there's really no traffic in the city, you'll get there in 15 minutes. Not the last time, but the time before last, when I was in New York, I went to camp in Newark, and I'm in Queens. I'm not in Manhattan. I'm in Queens. I drove to Newark. I got there pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? But a cat from the Nation of Islam chapter next door, damn near, they say is the cat who did it. The cats who did it, Salakia, brothers over there.
Kind of, what kind of?
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. What does the scripture say about a good tree? A good tree cannot bring forth what? Wicked fruit, man. Paraphrasing, it can't. And a wicked and a good tree cannot bring forth what? Evil fruit. Right? And an evil tree cannot bring forth good fruit. You know what I'm saying? It can't happen. It don't work that way. You understand? So those other nations, man, I mean not the nations, but those religions or whatever we fall into, it got nothing to do with us at all.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get clarification on that, Yanazar, and see if exactly where the origin of that is. You know what I'm saying? If that scripture is pertaining to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some information on that. Hopefully, again, if Cap comes through today, that we can just ask him directly. Any other questions in the room? And shalom. Okay. Any other questions in the room? Let me check online. Second. Just come out here and just Shalom. The water. You just put that back there. It will be just a second. God. Okay. All right. So if there's no questions in the room, and I'm not seeing none online right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this topic real quick. Real quick. Oh, you got something, GP? Oh, Salakia. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, again, of course, until the other one arrives, man. I want to talk about the importance of, how do I say it? The importance of somebody look up the definition of autonomy. 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 Somebody look that up. If you could, Baba Kusha. When you get it, just let me know. And get the whoever got it, the mic. Got a GP? I said look up the word autonomy. AUTONOMY. Read that, Yanazar.
This is the Webster definition, collegiate definition. Number one, the quality of or state of being self-governing.
The quality or what?
Or state.
Quality or state, right? Quality or the characteristic or the state. You know what I'm saying? Meaning like this is how you currently are. The state, go ahead.
Two.
Of being, read it again. Quality or
The
state.
quality of state of being self-governing.
Self-governing, go ahead.
Self-directing.
Self-directing, go ahead.
Freedom and especially moral independence.
Ooh-wee. Freedom and especially moral independence, right? Self-governing. What does that mean? All of that I just said in a nutshell. How would you describe it? What you got, Yanazar?
It's basically you rule your own self. You rule your own nation, your own people. Your own people rule itself.
Mm-hmm. If you apply the word autonomy to a nation, then it would mean that. What if you apply the word autonomy to a person? Then what does it mean? Yeah, young man.
Oh, slight, sir. Mean, taking stock of yourself, being responsible for yourself, being it's like I had the word for a second there, but basically just making sure you're doing the right thing, moral judgment of yourself.
Okay, you on it. You kind of saying it, but it's a little more than that. It's not just being responsible for yourself. Go ahead, Yanazar.
It would be like self-rule and independence, you know what I'm saying, and self-directing as well.
Which is another way of saying what?
Freedom.
But I need you just say it. Just bring me home. A person who has autonomy does what?
Whatever you want.
Give him a hand. A person who has autonomy does whatever the hell they want to do. That's what autonomy means. It means, like you said, self-governing, self-directing. I'm going to go here today because I decide I want to go here today. I'm going to do this because I decide I want to do this. I'm not going to go there because I decide I'm not going to go there. You understand? And what I want to talk about today is the fact that when it comes to people, first off, there really is no such thing as autonomy. And certainly for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, there better never be a such thing as autonomy. You better never do what the hell you want to do and do what you think you should do and do what you decide you should do and do what feels right to you. Never, ever, never do that. Am I saying something that is common to people, or is it something that in the world is odd? Does the world teach you that you should do what you want to do? Come on. Oh, slack you. Shalom. I'm teaching. Come on. The world teaches you should have autonomy. That you should be the ruler of yourself. That you should be the one who governs yourself. You should make all the decisions, and that's the only way that it should be. But we learned in here in the Isupk and the Command in General Yohana that we're trying to build a nation. We're trying to rebuild this nation from the ground up. How in the hell can you build a nation if you do what you think is right, and Kaparyev does what he thinks is right, and I do what I think is right, and this sister does what she thinks is right, and this brother does what he thinks is right? Well, I think we should go left. And you say what, Yanazar? Let's go right. And Kaparyev says, no, we need to go north. And this brother says, no, we need to go south. And the sister says, no, we need to go up. And now we all going in different directions. How are we going to resolve this? Where are we going to go? I tell you where I know where we're going to go. I'm going to go left. You're going to go right. Party officer is going to go north. This brother's going to go south, pause. And the sister's going to go up. Yeah, you understand? Right. Yeah, as a collection, we didn't go a goddamn place. But all of us went somewhere in different directions. You understand? And let me tell you something. This Bible, this truth, One West, this is the place where you learn the greatest lesson I ever learned in my life. You don't know a goddamn thing. You don't know anything about anything. And when you accept that you don't know anything about anything, guess what? You know what will happen? You'll end up learning everything about everything. And then you'll be able to go to camp. And you'll be able to tell everybody about how they don't know a damn thing and you know everything. Why? Because you first accepted that you didn't know anything. You understand? It's a strange concept in America, in this world, but it is absolutely the way that the Lord intended for us to be. Somebody give me Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22. You understand? Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22. There is no such thing as autonomy. We all obey something. If you're not obeying the Most High, who are you obeying? Satan. Satan. You understand? If you're not doing what God says, then you're doing what Satan says. You understand? You're not doing what the Lord says, then what? If you're not listening to the voice of the Lord, who are you listening to? The voice of Satan, right? What's the voice of the Lord? Read my mind. What's the voice of the Lord? Khan, but nah, like that's basically like what the Lord is saying. Lord is speaking righteousness. But what is the voice of the Lord? Oh no, Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22. Yeah, Yanazar.
The word.
Closer. You right there. You on the doorstep.
The spirit.
You went a little bit further away with spirit. You was closer when you said the word. My question is, what is the voice of the Lord?
Slacking, sir. If I may, the word of his law. I mean, the law.
That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. But okay, put it like this. The law is him speaking. It's his voice. But how does one hear the voice of the Lord? Let me put it like that.
Oh, slide, sir. You read the Bible, King James 16:11.
Are you sure? Oh. Don't devils read the King James 16:11?
Kind of, sir.
So they hear the voice of the Lord?
Absolutely not.
They might hear it, but they don't hear it. Yeah, Yanazar.
You have to do the commandments, law, statutes, and commandments.
But how do you hear the voice of the Lord?
You listen.
How do you listen?
You open up your mind to it.
Nope. Y'all dancing around it.
It's like, sir, if I may, you get taught you
on it. Now you getting close. You like knocking on the door.
Come on, sir. You get taught by the ISUPK.
Give him a hand, right? You hear the voice of the Lord by hearing his priests and his prophets. We are the voice of the Lord. You understand? Why? Because we teach his law, statutes, and commandments from this Bible. You understand? Somebody give me a precept. Somebody get me a precept for that. And you, young man, you can keep holding the one you got in Proverbs. We're gonna go there in just a second. Mm-hmm. Give me Exodus chapter 4, start at verse 14. Yeah. And then right after this, brother, you're going to read the one in Proverbs, all right?
Come on.
Gosh, so like I'm seeing your comment now, Quadam. Shubu Quadam Shalom. Absolutely right. The voice of the Lord is this prophets. Khan. Go ahead, Yanazar.
The book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 14. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. And he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well.
Right. So remember, Moses was saying, because the Lord told him that he was going to speak to the people for him. And Moses was like, man, I can't talk. Because Moses had a little bit of a speech problem. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't talk too well. He's like, I can't do that. So the Most High got mad at him and said, ain't Aaron your brother? Go ahead.
And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart.
What you gonna say, GP? What exactly was his speech problem? I don't think the scriptures ever, tell you exactly what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Stutter. That's the word.
It says he stuttered.
Yeah, he stuttered.
Okay. Yeah, but I see what you're asking, because like we're used to the word stutter. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, whether or not he might have stuttered or had a different kind of speech impediment, but I think stutter is more closely what it would be. It would be like a stutter, like a hesitation when you talk. You know what I'm saying? And we got brothers in the school like that, you know what I'm saying? Like where, some brothers, you know what I'm saying, they kind of stammer over their words a little bit. And Moses was like that. So he didn't want to speak. He's like, I can't even talk. So we had to get Aaron. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 15. And thou shalt speak unto him and put words in his mouth.
And do what?
And put words in his mouth.
So Moses is going to put words where? In
Aaron's mouth.
Pause, right? He's going to put words in Aaron's mouth. But where does Moses get the words from? Most High. Now read on.
And I will be with thy mouth. And with his.
And I will be with your mouth.
And with his mouth. And will teach you what ye shall do.
Right. So the Lord is with Moses' mouth, and Moses is going to speak through Aaron. Read on.
Verse 16. And he shall be thy spokesperson.
He shall be thy what?
Thy spokesman.
Go ahead.
Salakia. Unto thy people.
GP, just take the mic from me. Let him get the door, or maybe the young man can take it from where we at. Yeah, young man, you take the scripture. You good, GP?
Verse 16.
Come. What's going on, bro?
Book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 16. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth.
Instead of a what?
Instead of a mouth.
Instead of a mouth. It's a metaphor. He's going to talk, but he's going to be speaking for you. He's going to be your voice. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be to him instead of the Most High.
Right. So in other words, you're going to be the mediator. You're going to be the mediator between him and me. I'm going to tell you, you tell him, he tells everybody else. Everything that we're hearing that happens in the Exodus, right? Whenever the people are being spoken to, it is never Moses talking. Moses did not talk to us. Aaron did. We knew Aaron. Aaron was the one saying this, and Moses would just be standing behind him. While Aaron is talking, and we like, da, 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 tell that Moses, da, da, da. And then Moses would whisper, and Aaron, you ever see a brother teaching in the UPK? A brother be right here, and all of a sudden somebody come. A brother, an officer in the class got to come tell him something. So So Moses would probably go to Aaron and be like, he listening to the people. And Aaron say, oh, hold on, Salakia. And Moses walk up to him. And Aaron say, all right, y'all, this is what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? That was the relationship between Aaron, Moses, and the Most High. It was the Most High, Moses, Aaron. Right? Drop that. Give me I know Kodum, you said Amos 3 and 7. That's kind of a precept, but this one is better. Give me Baruch 1 and 21. This is a perfect precept, right? Give me the book of Baruch, chapter 1 and verse 21. Make it real clear, man. We're talking about the voice of the Lord, man. We're talking about the fact, you understand, that you listening to somebody's voice. You know what I'm saying? That voice that tells you to smoke that blunt. Is that the voice of the Lord? Who is that?
That's Satan. Salak is Satan.
That's Satan, right? And Satan talking through who? Who does Satan? So the Lord talks through his prophets. We're about to read it. Satan talks through who? Who does Satan send?
Salak, a demon?
He sends demons. He sends a demon that talks like you. And tells you, yes, this makes sense. I should do this. I mean, it's just weed. It grew from the earth. It's a plant. It's just like eating cilantro or lettuce. It's just a plant. You can smoke it. Why not? It's not like you're going to die. Nobody dies from smoking weed, right? You understand? You ain't going to die. No, you're just going to end up, you know what I'm saying, doing something really stupid. You're going to be, not sober, high out your mind and get in a horrible car accident and kill yourself. Or you'll get in a horrible car accident and kill somebody else and their whole family. And now you in a penitentiary asking like, damn, where did I go wrong? You understand? You listening to somebody's voice. You got that out? Read that.
Khan. It's the book of Baruch, chapter 1, verse 21. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Most High God.
The voice of who?
The Most High.
The voice of the Lord, our God, our power, the Most High. We have not hearkened unto his voice. Go ahead.
Khan. According unto all the words of the prophets.
Of the who?
Of the prophets.
Wait a minute. It said we haven't listened to the voice of the Lord according to all the words of who again?
The prophets.
According to the words of the prophets. Read on.
Khan. Whom he sent unto us. Whom he sent.
Go ahead.
Unto us.
So if you want to hear the Lord's voice, you have to hear what? The voice of the prophets, man.
Right.
The Lord speaks through the prophets, man. These men of the Isupk and the Commandant General Yohana, the Lord speaks through Commandant General Yohana. That's why I don't got to worry about doing what the hell I want to do. I don't got to worry about thinking about how I'm going to do this or how I'm going to do that and trying to figure out whether this is right. But what is this? Let me get my scriptures, right? What does this scripture mean? Isaiah, Psalm 140. Let me understand. I need to get a breakdown of this. So let me go home and read it again, over and over again for 8 hours. Then maybe I'll get an understanding of the scripture by reading it by my damn self. No, I don't have to do that. Why? Let's get Captain Ayatak on the phone. That's all I got to do. Get Officer Abraham on the phone, Officer Howard on the phone. And they'll tell me either they break down to the scripture or they'll say, no sweat, I'll get it from Commander General Yohana. I'll get it from General Muhammad. I'll speak to this general. I don't have to worry about it because the voice of the Lord is all around me. Yes. These priests and prophets, they always talking. And we go into camp, right? We go into camp every Saturday, right, Yanazar GP? Right. We go into camp and people are going to hear what? They're going to hear that Christ was a black man. Why? Because we thought, because we decided Christ was a black man? Or because what? It's in the Bible.
That's right.
It's in the Bible, and because the Most High put the spirit of warfare on us for us to go out and teach the truth according to this Bible. The truth that nobody wants to hear. If we went out there and stood on top of a podium and talked about love, and rainbows and Skittles and unicorns and how you should hug everybody and kiss everybody, the donation bucket would be filled to the top. You understand? But because we teach what people don't want to hear, of course, they hate us. No sweat, no problem. You understand? But all we doing is speaking for the Most High. It's not our words. We say that every time we go to camp. Them boot kisses you see, it's not because I have ever in my life just said, man, I think I want, oppressors to kiss my boots. Right. No, it's in the Bible. You understand? We speaking for the Lord. The Lord said it was going to happen, so damn sure it's going to happen. You understand? You got that one in Proverbs, Go ahead and read that, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Right, read.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
Right. How long you gonna love simplicity and the scorners delight in their scorning? How long? How long you gonna love to do simple things, man? How long you gonna love to just, do things the easy way? Right. How long you gonna love to be comfortable? Like being comfortable so damn bad. How long you gonna love that? At what point are you gonna continue to delight in your scorning? You're gonna continue to delight in smoking weed and being lazy and not doing a goddamn thing and accomplishing nothing. Right. What happened? Didn't the sister just got kicked? She can't be in the Olympics because she smoked weed. Yep. I mean, damn. It's wild, man. And everybody who I ever heard that smoke weed, they say it's not addicting. I mean, it's not like real drugs. It's just weed. It's just weed. The sister is not going to be able to perform in the Olympics because of weed, because she couldn't help herself. Millions of dollars. I mean, I could only imagine the endorsements and everything. Good, huh?
If I may, sir, she was on the verge of breaking FloJo's record.
Right. She was on the verge of breaking FloJo's record. And then she kind of had like FloJo had style, right? You know what I'm saying? Like from what I remember, I was very young. I might have even been alive, but I remember hearing about her. She used to wear the long nails, right? She used to wear the nails and get up. She was a beautiful sister. Mm-hmm. She had long hair. Mm-hmm. She had the nails. She was very stylish. Right, very stylish. You know what I'm saying? And this sister is like a new age version of that in a way. You know what I'm saying? When I say she wasn't as, in my opinion, as pretty as FloJo, I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying, stylistically, she looked like like a city girl or something like that. She got like green hair and long nails and all of that. That's what I mean. I ain't talking about whether or not she's pretty. And the bird wing, the eyelashes that flap, you know what I'm saying? She had all of that. And she couldn't put the damn weed down. And she said it was because she lost her mother, which, hey, man, it's a terrible thing, man. It's rough. You understand? But you just couldn't not do it. You understand? There was somebody talking to the sister. Right. There's a voice that spoke to her and told her to smoke that. And now what's she saying? I shouldn't have listened to whoever the hell it was that told me to do that. Well, I got a voice too in my head. And that voice tells me, nigga, you better not ever smoke weed in your life.
That's right.
And that voice isn't just in my head. That voice is on my damn YouTube app every day at 7 p.m. in 50 plus cities all across the world. That voice is in my text messages, you know what I'm saying, making me check in every week, making sure I'm doing the right thing. You listening to somebody. So how long you gonna love simplicity and delighting in your scorning? Read on up.
And fools hate knowledge.
How long you gonna hate knowledge? How long? Read.
Verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Mm-hmm. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Verse 24. Because I have called and ye refused.
Oh, I called and you refused. There's that voice again. I called and you refused. Go ahead.
I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. Verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. Right. Verse 26. I will slack it.
You can drop that one. You can drop verse 25. Give me Proverbs 3 and 31 real fast. Let's get that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and read that, Yanazar. This is a classic UPK scripture, man, but let's get an understanding. Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
You don't understand how serious that is.
Yep.
That can go over your head, right? It can go over your head a little bit. Read it again.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
You know who envied the oppressor? Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve envied the oppressor. Why? Because they couldn't leave the house like the other kids. We use that analogy, right? Like when you that one kid that got the strict parents, and you got to stay home, and you can't go to this person's house. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't be outside past a certain time. You know what I mean? You can't do what you want to do. And you gotta, your parents is like, hey, okay, so at 4 o'clock, you're gonna be studying this. 5 o'clock, you're gonna study this. You can play the video game for 45 minutes. And then, you know what I mean? Bedtime is at, you know what I'm saying, 7:45, and it's the same routine every day. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to go where, you know what I'm saying, Daquan and them, they sound like they having the time of their life. Daquan was like, yo, where was you at last night? I was home. Oh man, yo, we was out till like 12 o'clock. Meanwhile, Daquan is 10, and you're 10 too. Daquan was out, we was out, bro. We was doing this, man, and then this happened, and then somebody took a car. We saw somebody, man, it was crazy. You should have been there. And you were like, damn, that sounded like some fun. That was Adam and Eve. That sounded like fun to Adam and Eve to be able to worship Krishna and worship Santa and say, deck the halls with boughs of holly. That's what Adam and Eve wanted to do. They was listening to this Most High saying you can't eat pork, you can't eat crab, shrimp, and lobster. And they're like, damn, I don't know about that. I mean, they over there eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. They look good. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to try some of that pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Right? They envied the oppressor. Go ahead, up. You got it, young man?
Go ahead
and read it.
Verse 32. For the froward is abomination to the Most High.
No sweat. Drop that now. Give me Proverbs 3 and 5.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 3.
The brother said earlier that the voice of the Most High is righteousness, man. The voice of the Most High is righteousness. This is the real point here. If you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you better follow this ranking order.
That's right.
You better understand what the Most High laid down. When he set up these priests and prophets that we just read, that's the voice of the Most High, the priests and prophets of God. Yes. You understand? And you better listen to the Lord. Don't listen to yourself. Don't listen to yourself, because yourself is going to land you where? In a grave, prison, in a situation that you do not want to be in. So you better find the nearest ISUPK to you, the nearest Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and follow suit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we're going to break it all the way down. Go ahead, Doc.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Most High.
Trust in who?
Trust in the Most High.
No, trust in yourself.
Trust in the Most High.
Trust in your stupid brain.
Trust in the Most High.
Read on.
With all thy heart.
Trust in the Most High with all your heart, man. Read.
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
And do what?
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
Now I'm a grown man. I can think for myself.
Lean not unto thine own understanding.
I'm a grown woman. I can think for myself.
Lean not unto thine own understanding.
The Bible says you better not lean on your own understanding.
That's right.
Every brother that's locked in a federal penitentiary leaned on his own understanding. Every sister that's sitting up there with however many kids with no father inside anywhere lean on her own understanding. Every Black woman that got a Black man on child support lean on her own understanding. On her own. If she had leaned on understanding of the Most High, she would have never put a Black man on child support. Right. A Hispanic man, a Native Indian man on child support. It never would have happened. Why? Because they've been taught by who? The ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana. That's right. The voice of the Lord, the true priests and prophets. You understand? That's what she would have learned from. You ready, sir? Come. Don't sweat. Count, sir. Read on up.
Khan. Verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Verse 7.
Okay, give me Proverbs 14 and 12.
Okay.
You follow the Most High, man. You don't follow your own thoughts. You don't do what makes sense to you. The scriptures tell you very clearly the rank and order as it was established by the Most High. You understand? It tells you in the book of Corinthians that that Christ don't do what he want to do. He does what the Lord tells him to do. And he says that Christ is over every man. Do you think we do what we want to do in here? Do you think that we make the decisions and we decide? You know why we go to camp every week? Somebody read my mind. Why do we go to camp every week? So like, shalom. Stop. And with that, I pass the class over to Captain of 13,000, Nayatha.
Where you all at?
So like I said, we had a book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12.
Okay, go ahead.
Count, sir.
Somebody had a question on that? Okay. Go ahead.
Count, sir. Verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
What does that say? What is that speaking about?
So like, sir, if I may, it's saying, basically what the previous verse was saying, being of your own understanding will lead to your downfall or your death for.
Yes. What I mean by you're leaning onto your own understanding.
Oh, it's like following your own mind.
Following your own mind. What do you mean to follow your own mind?
It's like it to be autonomous, sir.
All right. More so, I want on the part of, with Christians. Christians say they what? They follow the Bible, right? Until what happens? Come on.
Until the Bible tells them to do something that they don't want to do.
Yeah. then all of a sudden, the Bible ain't what?
It's like it.
Come on.
That ain't their Bible. They don't read it like that. They don't interpret it that way.
You ever hear a simpleton say, well, if the God in the Bible hates people, then that's not my God. You understand? That's you leaning into your what? To your own understanding. You understand? You don't know the Bible. So therefore, what you should do? Shut up and what? Learn. You understand? So many of us did what yesterday? Come on.
Celebrated the 4th of July.
Yeah, celebrated the 4th of July. Because it seems what?
It seems right.
It seems good. Right? It seems right. Why? You could put the unit on. It's on? Come on.
Your question was, why does it seem right to them?
Yeah.
Because growing up in this oppressive society, we believe that everything that they do is the right thing to do.
More. What's the spiritual America? Come on. Yeah, and anybody online, you all online, you all could answer the question too, eh?
We all created equal. Like we all one nation under God, like it. We independent.
That leading me to the Declaration of what? Independence. You understand? Because today in America, black people think what? That they what? Which means they what?
They free.
You said it a while ago.
We all created equal.
Created what?
Equal.
So now, guess what? Since we created equal, America's independence is what? No, I'm good. Tuwado is what? Come on. Yes, it's for us. You understand? Well, who were the so-called founding fathers of this place?
Come look it up tab one on the computer right there. Yeah.
George Washington.
One, yeah, is one of them.
Thomas Jefferson.
Uh-huh.
Adam, what's his name? John Adams.
Yeah. You understand? Is that whole? Is that I forget how much it was.
Benjamin Franklin.
Right? All of them. Right? No. Tell me where in there was a black man? Where were we? What we teaching in school? Where were we in this time?
Well, they did say it was a black man on the $2 bill.
Right.
If you look at
who is this? Who on the $2? What?
It's on the $2 bill. It's in fine print. You got to strain your eyes to even see him.
All right. Well, I guess we should celebrate July 4th. You know what I mean? We're on $2 bill, people. Let's celebrate. All right. Now give me what I asked for there. Yeah. And then hook the TV up to the computer for me. All right.
Come on.
So from now on, try and do it right. Let's hook the TV up. Yeah.
Come on, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We need a long cord, but come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna get it. Go ahead.
The founding fathers of the United States are simply the founding fathers, or founders were a group of American revolutionary leaders who united the 13 colonies.
Right, and they call them what? Revolutionary. You understand? Revolutionary. Pay attention to the words they're using, right, to describe these men. You understand? In our history, these men were what? Were they revolutionary? Come on.
Not for us, sir.
Okay, I know, but okay, us back then, who were these men? Come on.
Slave masters.
Yes, our oppressors, our slave masters. But America calls them what? Come on. Right order?
Revolutionary.
Revolutionary. You understand? Which means they are what to America? Very good. They're heroes. They're heroes. Your slave masters are what? Looked at as being what? Heroes. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come on. Led the war for independence from Great Britain and built a frame of government for the new United States of America upon classical liberalism and Republican principles during the latter decades of the 18th century.
You understand? Give me some names. Run some of them names down fast, man.
Historian Richard B. Morris in 1973 identified 7 figures as key founding fathers: John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and George Washington.
All right. And how many states were involved in this? Come on, Yannis, about, yes, 13 of them. You understand? And now today, United States is what? Made up of how many states? Come on.
52. It's 52.
All right. How many stars on the banner? 50. You understand? And I think it's maybe after it came out, I think they looked at as I think Virgin Islands is now one of the territory. I don't know if they consider it a state. I don't think they consider it a state. Puerto Rico ain't a state. Those are what? Territories. You understand? Right? Right. So Washington, D.C. not even a state. You understand? That's just how big America is. You understand? And they fought off the who? The British. Your slave masters, right? Because this happened when? In 76. And yesterday, Negroes, you go ask a Negro who was barbecuing. You go ask him where were we in 1776, and he gonna be like, let me put my phone on, and this is him. Oh, you understand? We don't even know, right? Give me where it say this is not your this is not your place for rest. I think it's in Jeremiah. This is not our place of rest. Right? If you have any questions, you can raise your hand and ask it, right? Brothers and sisters online too.
Micah, 2 and 10.
Yeah. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Arise ye and what?
And depart.
Okay, when it say depart, doesn't mean to go back to Africa like Marcus Garvey. What does it mean? Go ahead, top of one. You got one mic right in front of you right there. Uh-huh.
Like sir, it just means like to take your spirit out of this place.
Yes, take your spirit out of this place. And how do you take your spirit out of this place? For brothers and sisters who don't understand what that means. Because that to them means, you know, your spirit out of this place means you're foaming on the ground. You understand? Beating up. Eyes wide open or in the back of your head. Go ahead, Sadak.
Means not to celebrate birthdays, not to celebrate Christmas, not to celebrate birthdays, Christmas, 4th of July, any of these oppressors' holidays.
Yes. We are not to be what? American. We don't salute the flag. We don't pledge allegiance to no flag. You understand? We don't do these things. You understand? Right? Read on. Any more?
Yes, comment one con.
Read on.
Because it is polluted.
Because it is what?
Polluted.
Because it is polluted. They're calling your slave masters heroes. You understand? They're calling the founding fathers what? Who are your slave masters, your oppressors, heroes? While our forefathers were picking cotton in the cotton fields, you understand? Building their stock market, building their insurance money, you understand? Building their empire, you understand? They're calling them heroes. You understand? All right? Now, give me go to let's go to the Declaration of Independence. All right? Was that it on that? Yeah, go ahead.
It shall destroy you.
It shall what?
Destroy you.
Is destroying black people. So a black man today, he gonna think what? That America is what? It's his home.
Yep.
He gonna think America. This is this is my birthplace. This is, you know what I mean. This soil right here is mine. Whoop-de-do. You understand? Like, you gonna give your soul to America when America took it from your forefathers. You're gonna now come and give it to America. You simple. You understand? You need to be in this class sitting down learning from the Bible. See the Bible? Guess what? You go ask any true American. You understand? What's a nice term for redneck? American. Let's call them American. Go ask any American. You understand? In what they call the deep red states. Yeah. You understand? Ask them which one they hold more close to their heart. The Bible or the Declaration of Independence. All right? You go think, and you know what I mean, you'll be straight out about be like, nah, the Bible. Not them Americans. Right. Not the real Americans. The real Americans hold firm to this what? Declaration right here. Because they're still using the Bible to do what? To say what? God should what? Love everybody. Right. Not the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence totally doing what? Separating them from who? From you and me. That's why the what? The Mexicans ain't allowed to come in. They're on the borders right now in cages. You understand? Because they know that what? These Mexicans are what? Different from them. You understand? These black folks, you know what I mean, who running, you know what I mean, fast, even though the lungs full with smoke, with tobacco, with weed. You know, your lungs full of it, and they're still beating you. You understand? Yeah, like you had when you really sit down and read this Bible and try to apply it to America, you're going to see that, the Lord with us. You understand? The Lord is with us, or else, brothers and sisters, we done. Right? Go ahead and start reading it for me. We will just skip through it, right? All right.
The United States Declaration of Independence is the pronouncement adopted by the Second Continental Congress meeting in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on July 4th, 1776.
Right. So now skip me straight to the to what it says in the Declaration of Independence.
Okay.
All right. So we know it's what? July 4th, 1776. That's what Negroes was all doing what? Barbecuing for yesterday. You understand? Shots was fired in the air for the 4th of July. But guess what, Negroes? It's coming down. Ain't gonna hit somebody. You understand? I don't know if you all look at the news, but somebody got struck by a stray bullet from someone shooting it in the air. You know what I mean? Still, what do you call it? Celebratory shells. You understand? Like, we don't understand, like, these holidays are not meant for us to what? Celebrate. The Lord already set aside what? High holy days, we call it, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? That's what we're supposed to celebrate. Not no July 4th.
That's right.
You understand? Not no July 4th. You understand? Yeah, you get?
Count.
Go ahead.
Count. This is the text of the Declaration of Independence. When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume, among the powers of the earth, the separate and equal station to which.
You understand? Let's say what? Separate and equal station. Right? Which clearly tells you what? This is strictly for who? Come on. The oppressor. You understand? It's strictly for the oppressor. You understand? Why? Because when we open the Bible, it ain't nothing such as what? Equal. You understand? Ain't no such thing as what? Equal when it comes to what? Another race. But your brothers, we equal. You understand? We are judged equally.
Okay.
You understand? The Lord don't care if I have more money than who? Than Tabawan, or Tabawan has more money than me.
Come.
The law is the law when it comes to the Most High. You understand? We equal. You understand? That's why the laws, when you open the Bible and you read what? Psalms 147 and 19, it tells you that what? The laws and the statutes were given to who? Israel.
That's
You understand? That's a separate people. You understand? We are equal with each other. And that's what he's trying to say in his Declaration of Independence, that he is equal to another white man.
That's right.
You understand? To another Caucasian.
Right.
He's saying him being American over here is equal to who? To the British, to the Germans. You understand? To the Russians. Come on.
If you look at the word independence and look at the definition of it, it'll explain everything, and we should ask ourselves, are we independent?
Right.
If you look at the definition of independence.
Right. No, for them to even start looking at themselves like that, what they have to get to understand. For them to understand what Yahweh just said pertaining to independence, right? Right? And what he was saying, black people are what? Not independent based off of what? The definition of independence. You understand? No, we don't even understand that. Why? Come on.
Because we don't really know what independence is. We don't know what freedom or independence is.
You're correct, but give me a little more. Come on.
We have Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, okay, what you are saying is correct, right? But, okay, for black people to understand that, this, they're going to have to see it's for who? No, it's for the oppressor. They're going to have to see this for the oppressor. You understand?
Come on.
Black people think what? When a cop pull them over, it shouldn't be treated a certain way. Why? Because they look at themselves as being equal to who? The oppressor. So guess what? Why are you pulling me over? Why are you stopping me? Why are you this? Why are you that? Bang, bang, bang. You dead. Come on.
So like you say, but if they look at history, like they told us we was 3/5 of a man. Like if you date back to the times that they was beating us in the streets, like sicking dogs on a Martin Luther King and all that. Look what's going on in the earth today. It's the same thing. So
right, you correct. It's the same thing. But black people, okay, if black people think that they were separate from the white man, guess what will happen? We shouldn't be voting. We should already come to the conclusion that what? Voting doesn't change a thing. You understand? But Martin Luther King gave black people a false sense of, you know what I mean, of inclusion into America. You understand? Your black leaders right now giving black people a what? A false sense of what? Inclusion in America. Because if you read this, you go ask a black leader about the Declaration of Independence. What is he going to tell you? Come on.
It applies to us too.
Yeah, he's going to tell you that this applies to us too because why? We American. You understand? You American, I'm American. You understand? Like that's what he's going to tell you. Right? That's why it's very important. Pay attention to what's being read here right now. You understand? This is not going to be taught in the schools. The total opposite going to be taught in the school. In the schools in America, they're going to teach you that what is going to give you a sense of what? Inclusion. This is what your forefathers fought for. You understand? What do you call it? Your patriarchs. You understand? Like trying to make you what? Patriotic. You cannot be patriotic. Why? Because your patriarchs are not who? John Adams.
Right.
That's not your father. That's not, you can't find John Adams in your bloodline.
That's right.
You understand? Ain't no way you could pull that out of hat. Right? Read on.
The separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes.
No, they don't respect the Bible because they had the Bible back then. You know that, right? Because black people couldn't do what? They couldn't read the Bible. Not that they couldn't read. Negroes could read. Wherever captivity we was in, we had a language, and the language we have was dependent on what? The captivity we was in. That's why you have what? The ancient Hebrew and what? The Syrian Hebrew. Do you understand? Ancient is when it was what? When you had the language. You know what I mean? When it was yours. The Assyrian is when it was what? In captivity. You understand? We're in captivity under the so-called white man or the Caucasians, and we learned to speak what? English. Okay. So of course we could do what? We could read. All right? Okay. You go to the store and your slave master tell you, you know what I mean, bring this and this, that, the other back to the plantation. Guess what? You got to know how to what? Read.
Okay.
All right? So you think he wasn't running errands? He was running errands. Come on.
It's proof that we know how to read back then. How could we build and do architect through the cities, build these treasure cities up if we couldn't read and write and
right?
Understand?
That's why it's stupid to think. You know, I mean, it's or I would say it's folklore to think that black people couldn't read. We just wasn't allowed to do what? Read the Bible.
That's right.
You understand? You were allowed to learn about the Bible from who? From some Uncle Tom. From some puppet. You understand? The same Bible the puppet had is the same Bible Nat Turner had and did what? Had a revolution. But Nat Turner was deemed a what? A criminal of the state. He wasn't deemed a what? A revolutionary.
Oh God.
Wasn't deemed that. You understand? Even though he had the right to what? To what they're saying right now. Because they were being treated what? Unjustly. Their rights were what? Taken away. That's what you're reading about here right now. You understand? These so-called Americans, these so-called oppressors, believe that what? Their rights were what? Taken away from them, from England, by England. You understand? And decided to do what? You know what? I'm going to stand up on my feet and do what? Separate.
That's right.
You understand? Nat Turner looked at as a criminal. Then you have what? Martin Luther King. 100 years after, looked at as what? A hero for black people. Two contrasts. You understand? One wanted what? Separation and revenge. Now, I'm not telling you we should what? Go out and take revenge. Right. But the spirit that Nat Turner had on him, that's the spirit each and every one of you black Hispanics and Native Indian need to have.
That's right.
The same spirit Sitting Bull have. You need that to even start to do what? Separate. You need that spirit. You need that courage to know that, you know what? I might die doing this. I might die separating from America. I might suffer separating from America. But God damn it, I'm going to do it. You understand? To save my nation. Come on.
Nat Turner had, America had that towards the British.
Yes. You understand? That's exactly what I was saying when I said the Declaration of Independence. You understand? Read on.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
I give me Amos 3:1. Right? And the pursuit of what?
And the pursuit of happiness.
And you know what I mean? And just like how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should do what? Should take the Bible up and hold it dear to them. Just like the white man, he holds this what? This is in a vault somewhere in America. I don't know where it is, but it's in a vault. You understand the original copy? Because that's what? That is sacred to them. You understand? You destroy that, you are going to jail. You might face what? Death, the electric chair. You understand? The firing squad. If you destroy that document, the original document, you is going to prison for the rest of your life. You understand? That's how sacred they hold it. Come on.
Salagi, if I may, sir, you know, if you go to Washington, D.C., it's like the whole city is damn near a shrine, you know what I'm saying, dedicated to these men, these founding fathers. Same thing with Mount Rushmore, which again, I think that's on the West Coast. Where's Mount Rushmore? Salakia. South Dakota. Who the heck even goes to South Dakota? Right. People just go there just to see this mountain where they carved these faces of these, you know what I'm saying, these oppressors into the walls. So everything you're saying, like, it's so heavy because, you know, like you said, they take this document. They don't got a Bible in the shrine nowhere. Right. But they got this declaration and the Constitution and 1,000 statues of these, you know what I'm saying, these oppressors that they preserve. So
yes, and guess what? Guess why they hold this sacred to them? Anybody online? Why do they hold it so sacred to them? No, the Declaration of Independence. Why do they hold it so sacred to them?
Like, sir, if I may, because they made it.
Because they what?
They made it.
You own it. Come on. You get in there.
It's like,
come on.
It's how they keep us separated, keep them on top of us, to keep us beneath them. Like,
okay,
it's their manual.
This has nothing to do with who?
Us.
And when we say it has nothing to do with us, do you all understand what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with us. What do I mean when I say it has nothing to do with us?
When they wrote it, they were not thinking about us at all.
Yeah. They were not thinking about us at all. You understand? They were not thinking about us at all. They were writing this for who? Yeah, but give me a little more. You all hovering around it. You all hovering around it. Just think, okay, the Bible is for who? It's for Israelites, right? But, okay. Who would be considered your patriarchs? Come on, according to the Bible.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Abraham, Isaac, and what? Jacob. That's why when you open the Bible and you read it, it tells you what? You have to come from who? And Jacob. If you ain't come from that lineage, guess what? Close the Bible. Find something else. You understand? You understand what I'm saying now? They knew the Bible wasn't for them. So guess what? I'm going to have to make what? Something sacred for my people. So that when things like these start to go on, because they know each other, they know that their people are, how to put it, oppressors, basically. And they know that it's inside of them to do what? To oppress the earth, the standing on. To oppress a stone. They know that that's in them. So guess what? They got to leave back what? They got to leave something so that it will happen. You go look like any video up on YouTube and you hear these oppressors reading their constitution, read the comments. While it playing, you just go through and start reading the comments. You're going to see who you're dealing with. You understand? That what happened on January 20 January 6th, right? When they march on the White House. You know why they march on the White House? Because of this. Because yes, to them their freedom was what? Being taken away. You understand? You letting these wetbacks just come in on the land? No, this is not America. You understand? We don't deal with things like that. You understand? Borders shut. Ain't nobody coming in. You'll starve to death. While in the richest place on planet Earth. America got places that is just grass and trees. Forested areas. And you telling me you can't cut that down and, you know what I mean, build it for families with all the trillions of dollars you just spend in what? In a relief fund, and you still have more money to give? You ain't fooling me. You might fool them, I mean, Negroes who go get the doctorate and become doctors and lawyers and this and that. In America, you can fool them. But he ain't fooling us inside here in the UPK. You understand? In the Isupk, he ain't fooling us. You understand? Because we got real leadership. We have real heroes, flesh and blood heroes. You understand? Who teach us the Bible over what? The American Constitution. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come on. That to secure these rights, governments.
No, hold on. Give me Amos 3:1. Who has Amos 3:1 for me? Go ahead. Yeah.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Most High has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt.
Right. So the Lord is doing what? He is separating what? A people. He is separating a people. And these just milk scriptures. You know what I mean? There are tons of scriptures proving that what? The Lord only dealing with who? Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. America call us what? Colored folks. You understand? Minorities. But the Lord called us what? Israelites, chosen people of this Bible. Right? Read it one more time.
Hear this word that the Lord, that the Most High has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, you only have I known.
You what?
You only have I known.
You only have I what? Known. You understand? You, Israel, you colored folks, you wetbacks on the border, you only have I known. You understand? Read on.
Of all the families of the earth.
Of what?
Of all the families of the earth.
You understand? That's why they had to go make what? The Declaration of Independence. The Bible ain't for them. You understand? They ain't. They went and draft this up so that they could have what? The kingdom of what? Heaven. And they have the kingdom of heaven. And they left this in place so that the kingdom of heaven will what? Will stand for them. You understand? We want the kingdom of heaven. We're going to have to do what is inside what? The Bible.
That's right.
You understand? That's what we're going to have to do. What's inside the Bible? Read on. That's why the Lord is saying, you only have I what?
You only have I known. Of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you.
And the Most High is saying what? He is going to do what? Punish us. Why are we in this situation? Because the Lord is what? Punishing us. That's the only reason why. You understand? Give me Baruch 4 and 6. You got it? Come on. Pass me the mic.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
You understand? That's very important. The Most High is saying that we were what? Sold to the what?
To the nations, not for your destruction.
Not for your what? Not for your destruction. You understand? Meaning what? Like you ain't supposed to be here. You ain't know your what? Your name. You think rap music is black culture? You think BT is black culture? You understand? Like we don't even understand like who we really are. You think you just run the fastest. You think you just jump the highest. You think you just the best just by chance. Read on.
Not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath.
But because we moved God to what?
To wrath.
You understand? What our oppressor is doing right now, he has destroyed us beyond what? Recognition. You understand? To the point you tell a black man he is an Israelite, he is like, no, I'm not one of those people. But he quick to say what? I'm African. I'm Nubian. You understand? I'm Pan-African. I don't know what the hell is that, but you know what I mean? Pan and African. I don't know how again. Come on.
If I may, sir, like I read the scripture today, but I didn't write it down and I didn't put it in my memory. And it was saying that we have to acknowledge our sin against him before he's going to help us, man.
Right.
I'm not sure where.
Oh, you're asking where it is?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. You have to acknowledge. My have to give me some time. I'm gonna think about it. All right. Does it say acknowledge?
It doesn't say acknowledge.
Go ahead.
Accept, that we're being punished, and accept our sin against the Most High.
All right. No, don't worry about that. You can talk to him. All right. All right. Where we at? Somebody take it over for him. Yeah. Read it one more time.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath.
But he moved what?
The Most High to wrath.
The Most High to what? To wrath.
Wrath.
You understand? All right. All right. That's why. Yes. Read on.
Ye were delivered unto the enemy, to your Salaki. Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
Right. So we don't even know that what your oppressor is your what? Your enemy. The Chinese is what? Your enemy. The Arabs are your what? Your enemy. They're not your friends. You understand? They're not your friends. Right? According to what the Most High is what? Saying in the Bible. Right? So read a little more for me. Hey, Kaparia. Yeah. No, Yaniza, just offer the bird some water.
Khan one Khan.
Okay. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends,
becomes what?
Destructive to these ends. It is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
You understand? Like he went about getting happiness by doing what? Removing whosoever he deemed as being what? An oppressor. You understand?
Come on.
Parry, this whole. All right. All right. Read on.
Come on. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable.
I know you reading this in 2000 with the eyes of a brother in here, of course, because brothers out there, they're reading this with their eyes. It's still covered. You understand? Your eyes in here is uncovered to the point that you're reading this and you can clearly see that what? This is happening to black people right now. Hispanics and Native Indians right now. And we are not even thinking about doing what? We're not even thinking about what? Okay. Yes, I would say that. What are we what are we more in line to doing? What are we more in line to doing? We ain't trying to revolt. We're trying to do what? Come on. We're trying to join America. That's why the NAACP, right? They're run by who? By Caucasian. Black Lives Matter have what? Caucasians running up and down in there. You understand?
Even though, if I may, sir, even the so-called founder or the leader, she's in a lesbian relationship with a white masculine woman.
You understand? Like that is where, you know what I mean, your leadership want to take you. Your leadership want to take you down the path of doing what?
Assimilating with America.
Yeah, but give me a word that suits assimilation.
Destruction.
Starts with a B. Okay, your leaders leading you down a path to doing what in America? What are they leading you down that path to do? What do we? Okay, when a black person get killed by the cop, right? By a cop, what do black people do? March. In other words, what are they doing actually?
Begging.
Yes. Yes, just say it plain. We begging. We are beggars. You understand? We begging for what? Justice. We begging for what? Equal rights. We are beggars. We are a nation of what? Beggars. Come on. That's where we're going to. That's in Ecclesiasticus. I think it's either 40 and 28 or something like that. Find it for me. Right? Why are we looking for it? Continue with the continue with it.
Come on. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer whilst evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses.
Right, Salaki, Ecclesiasticus 18 and 33. All right, read verse 32.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 18, verse 32. Take not pleasure.
Right, read verse 31. And this here is good in that it's what we have turned ourselves into as a people. You understand? Because we want to join America. You understand? Read verse 31.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter.
Slaki, go to verse 30. Start at verse 30.
Chapter 18, verse 30. Go not after thy lust.
Go not after what?
Thy lust.
Thy lust. You understand? Right? And you know what lust is, right? What's lust? Come on.
It's like what the flesh desires.
Yeah, I'll take that as a simple definition.
Okay.
You understand? You understand? That lust will lead you to do what? To go have sex with what? That brother's wife.
Okay.
You understand? Go have sex with that what? That whore. You understand? That lust will make you do what? Shave your head, shave your face, and do what? Put on a suit and tie and go to what? Go to church.
Go to church.
You understand? That lust will make you live for what? Money. That's all you want. Money. Right? Read on.
But refrain thyself from thine appetites.
Because there's something you have to have inside of you to be a revolutionary. There's something you have to what? To give up. You're going to have to give up your what? Your lust. You're going to have to give it up. You understand? In other words, you're going to have to do what in here? Yeah.
Slack is sir, give up your lust.
The
world, slack.
But what you're going to have to do? Make it simple as separate from America. Come on.
Obedience.
Talk more. Okay. I'm talking about in the truth. What you're going to have to do?
Work.
Yeah, but you ain't giving me it. Come on.
Would it be discipline?
You're getting there. You're getting there. What you gonna have to do in here?
It's like, sir, if I may follow the law, statutes, and commandments. In the book.
Else he could be at the door. You know what I mean? Go hit you on the way out. You understand? But what you gonna have to do in here? Any sisters, you want to answer it? Anybody? Come on.
Give up the world.
Meaning, you come into the truth, right? Okay. Yeah. Take your time, brother. What you gonna have to do? Change your life. You're giving me, but you're beating around the bush. You're gonna have to grow up. What the Bible say about when I was a what? Get that. Yes, get that. You're gonna have to do what? You're gonna have to grow all the way up. Life is not just about what? You. You understand? Life ain't just about you. You have it? Come on. So that you have it? Go ahead. Let's say that get it.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 11. When I was a child, I spoke as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I understood as a child.
Right.
I thought as a child.
So a child don't understand what? You can't give in to your what? Your lust. You're going to have to be right over that child saying, no, that's enough chocolate for you. That's enough. No. Get down. Don't do that. That's not yours. Give it back. You understand? Right? Read on.
But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
You understand? When I became a what?
A man.
What do UPK bill?
Men.
Men. You understand? Men. You understand? We gonna grow out of being what? Kids. You understand? You let a kid run around the house unsupervised. Guess what? It could be up in flames. You know that, right? And quick. You understand? So you're gonna have to grow up. Right? So go back to who was it reading? Ecclesiasticus. Come on.
Come. Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 18, verse 31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies that malign thee. Verse 32. Take not pleasure in much good cheer, neither be tied to the experience thereof. Verse 33. Be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing, when thou hast nothing in thy purse, for thou shalt lie in wait for thine own life and be talked on. Next chapter.
Where you at? That the 40 and 28? No, but let me finish reading this one. Where you at right now, brother?
So like I said, I was at I did 31 through 33, Ecclesiastes, chapter 18, verse 30, 31.
All right. So read 31 over again.
It's like, come. Mm-hmm. Verse 31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies.
Make thee a what?
A laughingstock.
A laughingstock. And that's what we have been to white America, a laughingstock. You understand? They laugh at us. You understand? Seeing the things we value in America, they laugh at us. They value what?
The Declaration of Independence, their law. Their freedom, Slakia.
That's it.
Count.
That's it right there. They value their what?
Their freedom.
Their freedom. You understand? You try to take the guns from them, they're gonna be like, well, you gotta take this off my dead body. Right. They're going to war for you with them guns. Guess why? Because that's what's stopping them from doing what? Going back into what? Captivity in their mind.
Count.
Because they know if them guns put down, guess what? Niggas gonna rise. You know what I mean? They know that. And the Bible says that also too. That's how they're gonna live. By what? By the gun. All right, come on.
We say, you ain't nothing without that gun. Like you put the gun down, I beat your head in or something.
Right,
like
but he ain't putting that down. You gotta pull that. You gotta pull that from a corpse. That's how much he he cares about it. You understand? Read on.
Come on. To thine enemies that malign thee. Verse 32. Take not pleasure in much good cheer, neither be tied to the experience thereof. Verse 33.
Take what?
Take not pleasure in much good cheer.
In much good cheer. What does that mean? Come on. Yeah. No, don't be, I just say happy-go-lucky. You understand? You happy, you smiling all the time, you cracking jokes. You Steve Harvey. Right? You Kevin Hart. You like, key. Nigga still in slavery, Negro. You understand? Right? Read on.
Neither be tied to the experience thereof.
Expense, right?
Oh, slack expense.
Right, read on.
Verse 33. Be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing.
Right. So you're right. Is the begging I'm looking for is Ecclesiasticus 40 and 28. Right? This here is telling you what? Don't make yourself what? A beggar over what? Yeah, you know how to borrow. You just celebrate 4th of July. Guess what? Your credit card bill what? Over the limit. You understand? You celebrating Christmas. All these things. You're going to make yourself a beggar over what? Banqueting. You understand? Because you want to celebrate everything. You want to celebrate birthdays. You have what? 10 kids, 5 different baby daddies. And you got to, they have to celebrate what? The birthday. And their birthday is the time when you have a party for you. You understand? Not the kids, right? The birthday party ain't about the kids. Because ain't no child 2 years old, 3 years old thinking about what? A birthday cake. He or she doesn't know nothing about it. It's about you, woman. You understand? But you're going to go broke. You're going to make sure and get that what? That child support. The Negro don't have it. He is going to what? Going to jail. You understand? Right? Read Ecclesiasticus 40 and 28 for me. Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40, verse 28. My son, lead not a beggar's life.
This right here is what your black leaders is having you do. Go totally against what the Bible is saying, what the Most High is trying to tell you. You understand? The Most High is telling you what?
My son, lead not a beggar's life.
Lead not a beggar's what? Life. That's you having what? No conscience. You understand? You ain't got no conscience whatsoever. Right? Read on.
For better it is to die than to beg.
You begging them for what? Justice. You begging them for what? Civil rights. The Bible is saying better you what? You die.
Right.
Basically telling you to do what? Trust in the Lord, basically. You understand? Trust in him. You ain't had to beg this man for no justice. Right. You understand? You see what he did with the Derek Chauvin what they call it trial. He get 22 years for putting his knee on the neck on killing, snuffing the life out of a brother. You do that to a chicken, brother, and you could go to jail basically. You hold a chicken and you just strong. Somebody see a strong chicken or a cat or a little dog or whatever, brother. You know what I mean. You will be looked at as being the most evilest person. Your mother is not coming to defend you for that. You understand? But guess what? Derek Chauvin's mother showed up and defended him and talk about how he was a great man and never once apologized for what he did to the brother. And it was on tape. You understand? It ain't like Derek Chauvin was, you know what I mean, knee was another, you know what I mean, had another brain and he like, yo, come off. It ain't like that. He put that knee on that brother's neck. Yeah, come on. No, that's a slap on the wrist.
22 years, man. Brothers in prison for 2 rocks, man.
Yeah.
30 years.
Yeah.
For selling drugs, man.
I don't know if we will be able to get to it, but there's a part in the Constitution which speaks about them being treated unequally. You understand? Being harassed by England. You know what I mean? By the soldiers that England sent to them. You understand? No different than here. It's like you create a situation, you bring drugs into the community, and then you say you're going to fight. You have a war on drugs. You sound like you crazy. You understand? Read a little more for me.
Verse. Oh, Salah.
So it says what? Lead not a beggar's what? Life. The Bible is straight up what? A revolutionary book, brother. You just don't know how to do what? Read it. You just don't know how to, you know what I mean? You ain't been, I shouldn't say you don't know how to read it. You ain't been taught this Bible. You understand? We like to sit back and be like, these Arabs are crazy for doing what? Strapping a bomb to themselves and saying what? Allah Akbar. 40 virgins waiting on them.
Right.
You saying they're crazy. Guess what? You know what type of teacher they had to have to be doing that? The type of teaching they had to have to do that? And the Lord didn't require that from you. The Lord didn't require you to strap yourself with a bomb and no 40 virgins waiting on you. You understand? Come on.
But our Bible tell us about the Arabs. He's a wild man.
Yes. Yes, but I'm more on the teachings. You know what I mean? How these other nations teach their children, teach their people. You understand? This is being taught to these young oppressors. And they're cleaving onto it. You understand? That's why it was 90, in my opinion, I would say, the riots was by who? The young ones. You understand? Because why? They're being taught this. And they're thinking, well, my father lived in America. That was totally America. That was based off of this. I'm not living the American dream my father lived in. So guess what? We're going to burn that White House down. All the way to the ground. We're going in there. We're going to get Mike Pence, and we're going to string him up, and we're going to lynch him. Going all the way buck wild, the wild, wild west. You understand? They were planning. And if you think it's over, it ain't over. You understand? The white man knows, they know each other. They know if this wasn't set in place, brother, it would have been hell. You understand? It would have been hell on wheels. Come on. No, because it's a family issue, and family issues get dealt with where? Behind closed doors. You understand? Negroes trying to get involved in family business, but they know how to take care of their family. You understand? That's why there was a story that came out where the cops and them had cornered these 2 white kids, and they let them what? Shoot for what? 30 minutes at them without firing back one shot. If that was 2 niggas, either the SWAT would have come first, or guess what? They're selling a robot, thinking it's what? It's a pizza delivery, and you're going to get what? Blown up. Be like, you hungry? Yeah. I hate to say it, but that's how he thinks. I don't know if you all remember the brother who was in Texas, who was killing the cops. There was some protests that went stark protests in somewhere in Texas, and a brother, he was shooting the cops, and I believe he was military trained, and he was lighting them cops up, lighting them up. They corner him, and they send a robot in on wheels and blow him up, kill him. You understand? Like the white man, he blessed with a sword. Right. You understand? He could hunt, brother. All right. Read a little more of it for me, if you want. Because I'm gonna see if I could skim through it, because we're coming up on the time.
Come on, we about 9 minutes past. No sweat, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object, Evanson,
Right,
Evanson,
so skip down to the history of the present king of Great Britain.
John Khan. Salakia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about two sentences or something now.
Okay, it's in the same paragraph, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Khan. Slakia, to throw off such governments and provide new guards. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states.
You understand? And that ain't going on with niggas right now. When niggas protesting, guess what? The military comes out. You send the National Guards out. You understand? And you militarize the cops to the point where they're coming with tanks in your streets. You understand? Right? Like they straight up treating us the same way and worse than what England did to them. Worse. We don't have rights in America. And that was that virus, that coronavirus showed it. It was the next way around, brother. Trust me. It would have been, America would have been on fire. You understand? It was the next way around, meaning if black people were the ones that had better health care than your oppressor, he wasn't sitting for that. That ain't the American dream. No, now I'm being oppressed. And once the white man feel oppressed, once the oppressor feels like he's being oppressed, he just need a feeling. And them guns coming out. He had to flex that muscle. Come on. Yes, like black people were living, was striving while they were what? They were starting to go into what? A depression. You understand? And to them, it's almost like, oh no, this is not what Abraham Lincoln and John Adams set this country up for. Oh hell no. Where's the bombs? Where's the dogs? Where's the guns? They touch one of ours. You understand? Like they know how to, they know what freedom is. You understand? As you were saying, we don't know what freedom is. We don't know what justice is. You understand? We think justice is Derek Chauvin going to jail for life. No. Justice for us should be all of America pay for what they did.
That's right.
All. Not just one. You understand? Real justice is all America have to pay, not just Derek Chauvin. You understand? Yeah, he killed what's his name? George Floyd, and it was horrible. I don't know if if I see one of my family members or one of you all like that on the ground, brother, I don't know. Yeah, I'm a faint watching it. Understand? It's rough watching a family member die like that. You understand? You do that to a dog and hear a dog scream for his life. You're gonna be like, oh man, he's the worst Negro on the earth. What they did to Michael Vick with the dog fighter. They treated him like he was the most evilest person on the planet Earth. And they did not want to let him back in the NFL. You understand? He had to bend over backwards Lord knows what that brother had to do to get back in the NFL. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come. It's like you're all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world.
Right? Let facts. All right? If facts be, I say to New York, tab one facts. You understand? Right? So he gonna run down all the facts that what? That he deemed to be what? Abused. You understand? Like we've been happening to us in America. You understand? Like we've been abused. You understand? It's like you're the victim, you know what I mean, is being raped over and over and over and over. And you're told to do what? Forget about it. It was in the past. Don't worry about it. It was in the past. You know what I mean? Just move on. Lace your boots up and move on. How the hell are you going to move on? And you know what I mean? You're going to tell a woman who just been raped, you know what I mean? Just forget about it. Move on. Or a man. You understand? Just move on. Can't happen. Justice has to be served.
That's right.
You understand? Right? Read on.
I'm gonna drop down and keep going from saying.
Yeah, drop down. You can drop down.
Come
You can skim through it.
Come. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers.
Mm-hmm.
He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices.
You understand? Like he is basically saying England set the whole thing up.
Right.
The whole justice system up. So now when I go into the court and I'm being tried by these judges from England, guess what? They're going to be on whose side? England. Well, guess what, Negroes? When you go inside the court, guess whose side it's going to be on? Your oppressor side. You understand? Now the cops are allowed to do what? Kill you.
Come.
Get paid leave, go to court, and what? Come out a free man. You understand? If Derek Chauvin, if there was no cameras, nothing to show that, yeah, he would have got away. Because guess what? It would have been your word against who? Derek Chauvin. And guess what? He is an officer of the what? The law. You understand? All right? Read on.
Come. Slakia. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people.
To what?
Harass our people.
To harass our people. And how the hell you could say that this is niggas? This ain't talking about niggas. This straight up talking about your oppressor being oppressed by England. You understand? By Queen Elizabeth and the family. You understand? All right, read on.
Come. And eat out their substance.
And eat of the what? Their substance. Just like what we read about with the farmers last week, right?
Okay.
The farmers, they the money that was sent for their relief, they ain't getting it. Guess what? Your oppressor went and put a block to that and say what? If I ain't getting the money, then these black farmers can get it too. But the first set of money, guess what? You get 99.4% of the money. And who knows where the 0.6% went? In somebody else's pocket, not Negroes. Right? Read on.
Come. For depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury.
Go on.
Come. Shalakia. For transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses. For taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments.
Right. So he just going through different kind of abuses that happen. Skip down to he has excited domestic insurrection.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Khan. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers.
You understand? So basically, what he's saying, that he is causing what? He's the one that causing all the problems on this colony. He's the one causing all the problem, all the insurrection, everything. He's causing it. You understand? Just like today, like with for example, with Nat Turner, he will be looked at as what? An insurrector. Do you understand? They ain't gonna look at him as being somebody who just fed up of what? The abuse and want to what? Just be free. Want to make his own decisions. He wanted to make a decision when he going to wake up and go in the field and do plant wherever he had a plant. He want to make that type of decision, but he cannot. Why? Because he's being oppressed. You understand? Read on.
The merciless Indian savages.
No, he's calling them what? Merciless what?
Indian savages.
And we just read recently also to what the Canadians did to the Native Indians. They're finding mass graves of the Native Indians, and not the grown-ups. We're talking about kids. And the electric chair. You understand? That's in Canada. So guess what? You think that didn't happen in America? That happened in America. Right. And more than likely 10 times worse. But you're calling them what? Savages. You understand? That's why in the Bible, what the Bible calls the white man or your oppressor. Come on.
A beast.
A beast. A serpent. You understand? Like he made his, you know what I mean? His Bible is compiled in pages, about 3-4 pages, well, how much ever pages this taking up. That's his Bible. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come on.
And where did it write 3/5 of a man? In what? In the same thing?
Sir, the 3/5 compromise. I believe that came on a little bit
that's
later, a couple years later.
That's the amendment. Some amendment they make. All right. All right. So what they end up doing is no, with the Bible, remember the Bible, it says what? If you take out a word from it, you change anything, it no longer recognized as being what? Bible. Not, you understand? You can't change laws in the Bible. You can't do it. If the Lord say don't eat pork, you can't now go and say you find some health reasons that pork is good for you and decide to go consume it. Now with their amendments, with their whatever, their constitution, they could have what? They could change it around to, you know what I mean, suit whoever. To suit the LGBT, to suit, you know what I mean, your rednecks. You could, you know what I mean, you could amend it to suit them. You understand? Like one of the amendments was what? Was pertaining to slavery, the 13th Amendment. You understand? Which abolished what? Slavery, except for what? Imprisonment. You understand? Like they could amend their laws, their whatever. We can't amend. The Bible is the Bible. And that is how it's going to stay. Right? Read on.
Okay. The merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions.
Where's the Native Indians right now? Yeah, we see who is the destructive people on the planet Earth. You understand? We see who is the criminals on the planet Earth. It wasn't savage Indians that you call them. Do you understand? They didn't go across and drop a bomb on Hiroshima.
That's right.
Nagasaki. They didn't go across and drop bombs on the Arabs. You understand? You are the criminal on the face of the earth. You understand? You are the criminal, Mr. White Man. You understand? Oppressor. You are the criminal. Read on.
Come on. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress. In the most humble terms, our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince
by repeated what?
Injury.
We've been being injured for over 400 years in America. Brothers, it's about time we pick the Bible up and open it, man. It's about time we pick the Bible up and open it. You understand? And get that not turner spirit in you. Don't go do the act. But get that spirit in you to know that what? That you have to do what? Separate from this man. You have to. There is no equality with him. Somebody's going to have to do what? Serve. You understand? Somebody's going to have to serve. He is not going to ever once think that we are equal to him. You understand? He will put a gun in his mouth and pull the trigger. You understand? Okay. For him to be equal to you, right? And this is the nice thing about it, right? Like black people, we grow up poor in America, right? So we know what poverty is, right? If the stock market crashed today or tomorrow, and white people lose the 401k, what is going to happen? Come on. Yeah, we're going to be equal, but with that equality, what happens? What in his mind, what he's going?
Mass suicide.
Yes. He is going to take his plane that he bought for the last time and go up and guess what? Crash it. He is going to dive out. The same building he's been working for 20 years. He is going skydiving without a parachute act. Come on.
Mm-hmm. The white man, our oppressor, when he died and take him to the grave, he separated from us at death. Like you don't see, we ain't even buried with him.
Right.
It's in the cemetery. He take it to the death, separate from us.
You understand? Like he totally do not want to be equal with you. There's no equality with him. You understand? None. And here he laid it out for his people. Well, the Lord laid it out for us in the Bible, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. He laid the blueprint out. The UPK, we have it right here under Commander Johnny Hanna. You just need to walk in, accept it, and change. You understand? Change. Fully take on that spirit. You understand? Don't come in here and then take this for a joke. Take it for, for a time. You understand? Be lukewarm about it. You understand? Be hot all the time about it. Come in here and really take on that vibe, take on that spirit. You understand? Like the things that he had to go through for this, brother, we gonna have to go through the same thing too. If we gonna have to be separate, I want to say we had to go through the same thing too, meaning we gonna have to suffer as a people, as a nation. We gonna have to suffer. You understand? We gonna have to go without certain things. You understand? You might want to buy the Rolls Royce, but your brothers and sisters might need that Rolls Royce money. Let's go buy a Honda, man. You're gonna take it from point A to point B. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to suffer. You may have to suffer. You understand? For your people to rise. You understand? He did it. When you read about George Washington and what he did when he burned the bridge, and tell them white boys with him, ain't no turning back now, the bridge, that's it. It's done. We're marching forward. You understand? They sacrificed for this place, and they sacrificed what? Blood, sweat, and what? Tears for this place. You understand? And they're not going to give it up easy. You understand? That's why the Lord gonna have to come and do what? The Lord gonna have to give us justice. Come on.
They got that song, My Country, Tears of Thee.
Yeah.
Sweet Land of Liberty.
You understand? I'd have the redneck voice for it. But you can imagine them singing that. You understand? And marching on and building America to where it is right now. And now you think they're going to give it up easy? They ain't going to give it up easy. But guess what? We had the Bible. And we got to lift one finger, Ark.
Right.
One finger. All we got to do is what? Change. Change. That's it. That's all the Lord requiring us to do. Change. Meaning what? Follow the Lord's statutes and what? Commandments. That's what he requires us to do. And guess what? America will be ours. We'll be deciding what's what. You understand? We'll be deciding everything in this place. Who's going to eat, how much food they're going to eat, what they're going to eat. Ain't no more squids and noodle. Ain't no more bats, no monkey brain. Ain't no more of that. You understand? Ain't no more alligator. Ain't no more of that. That's done. You understand? You're going to follow these laws now. You're going to eat sheep, goats, some cows. You're going to start some chicken. You're going to start eating lawful foods. You understand? Like, we're going to be in charge, brothers and sisters. But we're going to have to suffer. We're going to have to go through what the Bible calls it. You're going to go through the what? The fire. You understand? They went through the fire and built what? America. It started with what? Pen, some ink, and some paper. And then they went to what? Killing. You understand? It's going to start with you what? Changing. Leave the killing for Christ. When Christ come back, he's going to do all of that. The city horse's bridle is going to be what? Blood up to the horse's what? Bridle. You understand? Right now, all it requires to do is change. Don't celebrate 4th of July no more if you did. That's it. This was the last 4th of July. The Declaration of Independence, that's right, was not for you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? Right? There's somewhere in here where it talks about don't worry, we'll get it some other time. Where it speaks about immigration. Go ahead. The last.
Now, nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislator to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here.
You understand? But now is a problem. They were immigrants once, right? But it's a problem now. Right? They warned them about the what? The immigration what? Status. I read on.
We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these
Ain't nobody more loving than black people, Hispanics, and Native Indian in America.
That's right.
We have shown them so much kindness. You understand? With all the slaughter that he's put on blacks, Hispanics, and we have shown him a ton of kindness. Right? Read on.
Okay. Which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and consanguinity.
You understand? The farmers and them. It would have been halfway right to give the farmers all the money. And when I say halfway right, meaning this. The farmers, they deserve that money. You understand? The black farmers I'm talking about. They deserve that money. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indian, we should not be no type of debt here in America.
That's right.
None for what we did. You understand? But they are unjust. There are people who don't see justice for black people. You understand? They see justice only for who? For themselves. That's what we're reading about here right now.
Okay.
Right? Is that not what we're reading about right now? About justice for themselves? Right? Read on.
Okay. We must, therefore, acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation.
Which what?
Denounces our separation.
Uh-huh.
And hold them as we hold the rest of mankind enemies in war.
Enemies in what?
Enemies in war.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. We must, therefore, acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind enemies in war, in peace, friends.
You understand? And in peace, his peace is what? Yes, oppressing people. That's his peace. So his peace is either going to be what? You're going to follow what? Democracy. Or we coming for you. Come on.
If I'm understanding that correctly, basically, they said that they will fight the whole world to get what they want.
Peace. Yes. Yes. They will fight the whole world. If it means them getting freedom for themselves, they're going to fight everybody. But if you ain't no war, then you're going to be what? My friend. Come on.
And Salaki, sir, if I may, this document is really basically, these higher ups within the colonies coming together and deciding we're going to separate from them. Because there were people in the colonies who was like, no, we should stick with Britain.
Yes.
It was rare. It was not as many of them, but there was, some of them. And this is a document basically addressed to the United States. This is not going to the king. He's not sending this to him. It's for them amongst themselves saying, yeah, we're doing this. We're separating from them.
Right.
So when he says peace in peace, friends, he's literally talking to the colonies. The enemies is everybody else.
Yeah. You understand? Everybody else. Unless what? There's what? Peace. So if England wanted peace, what they had to do? Yeah, leave them alone, basically. They better leave them alone, or else what? They're enemies. Yeah. We're going to burn all your what? All your teas. We're going to burn all the ships that come in that we are going to burn it. You understand? And then when we riot is a problem. We ain't doing that. We ain't what? We ain't taking guns out on the streets and slaughtering every, cop. We ain't doing that. And we're not supposed to do it. You understand? We ain't doing that. We ain't killing every white man we see or oppressor we see. Because it's wrong. We ain't doing that. You understand? But brother, they will do that to you. If they think that their peace is being infringed on, if they think their freedom is being infringed on, brother, they're taking a gun out. You understand? That march on the Capitol, it was just a beginning. You understand? That's why they're trying not to do what? Make it black and white issue. You understand? Come on.
Last week, they arrested this Marine.
Uh-huh.
And these Marines, these are active Marines, were planning to kill some congressmen and some black folk. They looking for something to set it off.
Yes.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. You understand? They're looking for something to set it up, but they know each other so good, that they're gonna have splinter cells in amongst each other. You understand? That's them. All we had to do is what? Serve the Lord here, brothers and sisters. Let them fight. Let them fight it out. Let them do what they did back then. Let them go to war. And we just do what? We fully separate. We really, take it to them. You understand? We really separate. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Yanazar. Just come and take it.
Security announcement. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, Shalom Adawan. Yahweh Shem Shah Barakatah. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 in Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. Not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation is the feast of the blowing of the trumpets. The memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, I think that's September 6th or 7th. September 6th. That is a feast day. Remind Akim and Akwathium to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, Amajim. Men of Israel, to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amaju Shabbat, Amajum, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Ha'Shah Barakatah. Dr. Batar, Sar, sisters, Amajum.